welcome to Kiki's Scape. My name's Kiki. This is my scape. So, I told y'all that I would figure it out how to put the ring light and everything because the light showing in my glasses and whatnot, but I tried recording the video without my glasses and my head started hurting me because, as I said before in the last video, I have an astigmatism. So yeah, I don't know. I got some advice. I tried to set it up in different ways. Keep showing because I wear glasses, so it's gonna be showing. So I'm really sorry, y'all. I'm gonna figure something out. Welcome back to Kiki's Scape, y'all. We have what, 6 episodes now? Child. It's the consistency for me. So, anyways, I promise you guys that I would talk about this because if you noticed, I missed a video earlier up in January, right? I didn't post a video then because, well, I said I would explain why in the next video, and then end up doing another video, and then after the video, I'm gonna go explain it, and then I do our next video. So I'm gonna explain it. So earlier up in January was the anniversary of my cousin's death, and when he died, I took it really hard. But before that, all right, the topic. Sorry, y'all. So we're gonna talk about me handling grief and whatever, cause like a lot of people ask me how I get over stuff, and I just move on. In 2018, I think so. 2019, so 2018, one of my friends died. He had a heart problem and he died, and I took that really, really bad. And then 2 months later, my cousin died, and within the time period that he died, other people were dying. So like I lost a church sister. My friends were losing people they were close to. So it was a lot of people dying that January. And then a couple months later, another friend died. Another friend that I was really, really close to died. And then a couple months later, another friend died. And then another friend died. And then 2 friends died. It's like people were just dying, bro. They were just constantly dying. And it kind of messed me up for a bit because then I just felt like I should stop getting close to people. I should stop being so nice to people because I feel like the people close to me, they were dying. People that meant a lot to me were dying, and so I felt like I should just stop getting close to people, stop being close to them, to protect myself, not to prevent them from dying, because I can't prevent somebody from dying, but to just protect myself so I don't feel it as much when they die. Because I mean, like it was really traumatic when my cousin died. Like I took that really bad. I didn't sleep, eat anything for like 3 days. I had to beg rent. I'm still doing grief counseling. I had to go to a psychologist right soon after. Well, not even soon, right after I had to go to a psychologist. I had to get I had to go to another doctor for some medication so that I could sleep, and for my anxiety and all that. Like it was really crazy. My emotions were all over, and I think it was so hurtful for me because my friend died 2 months before, and I did still feel that, and then that death happened 2 months later, and it's like may I feel everything all at once. And then it was just so, the situation behind him dying was like extremely confusing for everybody really. So it's like when he died, nobody really understood what happened, why he died, how did that even take place, why that even happened. Like we had so many unanswered questions, and they couldn't be answered because he was gone. And so I had to be dealing with that for months. I it did mess me up. Wicked. It was a terrible experience. And then another friend of mine died the July, and I remember when I got that phone call, and it's like this was a friend where we don't talk during the week, but we talk every Saturday, and we'll just call each other to say we love each other, we care about each other, and just check in on each other. It was just one of those friendships where we don't need to talk every day. We just talk once in a while, and that was it. And then after he died, so we would call each other on a Saturday night. So after he died maybe a Wednesday, I think. And the Saturday, I was still waiting for his call. That's how absent-minded I was. And we never cried, or none, I never cried. The day I found out he died, I didn't cry that day. I didn't cry at his funeral. I cried because people around me were crying, not because I felt it. And it's not that I never feel the death. That's what I explain. And then it's like say, I just never know what did happen. I was just completely absent from how I was feeling. It's not that I was, maybe I was numb, I don't know, but I wasn't feeling it how I thought I would feel it. And then I was talking about it, and then the person I was speaking to said that maybe because my body was still handling the grief of my cousin, is trying to protect itself by not feeling anything else, and that kind of made sense at the time. Still does make sense, but I don't know. It's just like you think this person really means so much to you. Why you're not crying more? Why you're not feeling it more? Like those thoughts try to start to swarm my head. Like I would smile, have a good day, and I would feel bad for smiling. I'd feel bad for laughing. I'd feel bad for being around people and being happy. I'd feel bad for not being sad all the time. And then I had another friend die the October.
Come again, say what?
Of that year. And me, I said, God, what did this person do to you? Because I know so it's not a bad person. The person don't do nothing. Like, what has this person done to deserve that? What could have really caused this? It's a good person, absolutely great person, good in school, good with him parents. Like, how, why did this happen? Like, you know, say good and bad things happen to everybody, whether you're good or you're bad. But why that person? Why them deserve this? Them not reach nowhere in a life. Them not accomplish all of their dreams and have them aspirations fulfilled and everything. Like, why them? And I remember when I was in my kitchen the night, like I heard he died the morning. I had a presentation the day, and I had to just put it to the back of my mind, finish my presentation, finish going through the day, and just wait until I went home, because I was in St. Vincent at the time that my friend died. And when I got home and I was in my kitchen, and I remember the song that was playing, and I was washing the dishes, I'm completely shut up. I'm a breakdown, I may have a panic attack, and that, like what I was talking about in my last video, like it's so scary. What if something happens to me while I'm living alone? Who will know? And I had a crazy panic attack, and it was like maybe I don't know. My sense of time was completely lost. I don't even know how long until I got back to feeling normal. But it was extremely terrible. And then I don't think anybody died for the rest of the year. I don't know. I can't remember, but I do know that in the following year, last year, early, two friends died, and it's like this is when they died. I had an exam the next day, and I had not finished studying for the exam, so I couldn't even focus on them dying at the time. Like, I had to just put that to the back of my mind. Two good friends, I had to put that to the back of my mind and say, okay, I have to finish my exam before I start feeling all these things. I finished my exam, aced my exam, and then I'm like, okay, I can grieve now. And it's like, it's really crazy how the world make you function. You can't fall apart. You cannot fall apart, because if you fall apart, everything else around you go fall apart. You can't use a death as an excuse. You have to just push on and do what you have to do, and basically your emotions come last, your feelings come last. And so I just had to do what I had to do. I didn't really focus on how I felt much about their death, because there were other people around me who were much closer to them, and I felt like I had to give them more energy, more time, because I felt like they suffered the loss more than I did, and I had to give them more love, more support. I don't I didn't really require much, so I gave them as much as I could, and I was still in grief therapy at the time. So I had one of my friends that was really close to the deceased, one of the deceased, and she would express certain things to me, and we felt similar ways. So when I was talking to my grief counselor, well, she's not really a grief counselor, she's a everything counselor, more of a therapist. So when I was talking to her now, she was explaining to me that you can't punish yourself for having good days. You can't punish yourself for feeling okay. You can't punish yourself for feeling happy, and because you'll feel guilty about being happy because you feel like you should be sad all the time because those persons aren't here. Them not being here is the reason they are not happy. If they were here, they would be happy, and you are here, so you have to take your time with yourself, invest as much love and positivity in yourself, feel through your emotions. You don't need toxic positivity where you're just happy all the time knowing that everything will work out in the end. You need to feel through your emotions, feel anger, feel hurt, feel sad, feel everything on your own. Feel it how you want to feel it in your own moderation, at your own pace, and don't let anybody else tell you how to feel. Don't let anybody tell you how to grieve. Don't let anybody tell you how to move on. Don't let anybody put a timeline on your grief so you know the different stages of grief. Sometimes you go through all of them at once. Sometimes you're angry and you're accepting at the same time. Sometimes you're deliberating with God and you're accepting at the same time. You can have the multiple stages happening at the same time. And I also learned that it's not something that you just feel once and you move on from it, because clearly I'm gonna move on from it. Something that I still feel, but I realized that over, well, it's been 2 years, so over the years I wouldn't feel it as much when my cousin died. It's not I want to feel, I can't honestly say I want to feel it as much or as terribly, as badly as I did the first time when I just heard that it happened. I didn't, that time I was a mess, complete mess. I will shut down now and I won't be able to talk to anybody and everything, but I can still speak through my emotions. I can put my emotions into words or while writing, and I know how I feel. Back then I didn't know how I was feeling. I was just all over the place, and with time it just became easier to accept it. The person is gone and you can't do anything about it. You can't bring them back. You can cry and you can pray and you can write and everything. Do everything that is best for you. Do everything that helps you grieve. Do everything that helps you get out of your head, but you can't bring them back. So you just have to focus on working on you. You have to focus on working on what you want. If you want to move on from the person's death, you can work toward it. I personally don't believe that you will ever move on from someone's death. I feel like it just gets easier to handle, it gets easier to bear. I don't feel like you move on completely. Well, maybe some people move on completely when they just push it to the back of their minds for so long that they don't even remember it. Because I remember I had a friend that died last year as well. She drowned, and the day before she died, it was on my mind to call her, and my mind kept like, I have not spoken to this girl in so long, and she just popped up in my head, and my mind said call her, text her, and I said, well, when I go home, because I was on the road at the time and I had a lot to do. So I was like, when I go home, me no remember say me when me reach home me go call her. The next morning, no, remember say me no remember from the night before. Say when me reach home, I go call her. So the next morning now, me I say, oh God, me I text the girl. Boom. Later in the evening, me hear say she gone, and it was like, Jesus, I don't think I could prevent it, but something like that really rattles you. It really bothers you, because you say, what could I have done to make this not happen? Could I have changed the outcome of this? And it did bother me for a really long time, and all my mother tell me, oh, don't internalize it. It's hard. Like, it's easy to say don't internalize it, but it's hard to do. It's not impossible, but it is hard to not internalize it, because you had the chance to do something and you didn't do it. You put it off, and now you can never do it again. So I was feeling really rattled about that for a while, But then I pushed it to the back of my mind because I just couldn't handle any more loss. I couldn't. One of my friends died earlier this year, and may I tell you, I say I just couldn't deal with it. It's not even like they don't deserve it. They do deserve it. They deserve me feeling shattered. They deserve me feeling sad. They deserve it. But me can't handle it. I personally, my body cannot handle any more grief. I feel like if I cry anymore over somebody dying, my body will fall apart. My heart will fall apart because I had severe heart issues from how much the trauma that I endured with my friends dying, because it is a traumatic experience. Because I remember my friends died in a car crash, and I remember I was not able to go around a steering wheel for months. I couldn't drive at all for months. My mind completely shut down. I forgot how to drive. I couldn't even turn on one vehicle without a shake, like legit shaking. It was traumatic. Like somebody would go a little bit fast and I would feel my heart in my throat. And I would want to scream for them to stop the vehicle, and I can't talk. I'm just frozen to the seat. I buckled into the seat. Can't do nothing. Can't move, can't talk, can't do nothing until them slow down. It was traumatizing. For some people, maybe they don't feel it. And it's not like, say, I was in the vehicle. It happened to my friends, and then as a result of them dying in a car crash, me feel like, say, me crippled, can't move, and them someday, like, I didn't even know those things happened. And it just taught me to be more sensitive towards people's issues, because you never know what people are going through. You never know why people do what they do. Some people don't explain their trauma to you, don't explain the things going on around them to you. But you can't tell somebody how to grieve. You can't tell them how to feel. So somebody will die for them and they move on because they have to, because they just have to do what is best for them, because they know that if they break down and cry and all these things, it's a recipe for disaster. So they know that they have to keep calm and they have to just keep moving forward. They find different ways to keep themselves calm. They probably write a lot, sing a lot, dance a lot, whatever. I know people that dance through sadness. I am one of them. If I'm sad, I'll just turn on music and start dancing. And yeah, I'm a little Meredith Grey. So I just find different ways to channel it, because sitting down, feeling everything all at once, it is a lot. It is more than I can handle at times, and you just have to. I don't believe that you will ever fully stop grieving somebody. I feel like it just becomes easier to handle, easier to bear, and it doesn't control you anymore. That's what I meant earlier. It don't have that much control of me. First time, days I could not speak. Days my would have cried. Days you can't hear from me. Days. But no, it's not one day. It's just one day. I take one day for myself and then I'm okay. I can still talk to a few people, and it just gets easier to handle. You still miss them, you still care for them, you still wish they could come back. You know that they can't, but you wish they could. And it's just one of those things. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Anyways, thanks guys for watching. I hope you learned something from me. Very, very vulnerable and open about this, because I don't really talk about emotions much. I'm a gangster. Per. I'm serious. Anyways, yeah. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Kiki.